it is from these conversations that we would be able, or the people, as a matter of fact, would be able to make informed decisions as to who they want to support in 2027, in the light of all of the promulgations in the state, all of the happenings in the state, vis-a-vis half of 38 billion naira, as alleged by the Deputy Speaker. I mentioned it yesterday that the state government is receiving half of 38 billion. What the previous governments were getting. See the perspective of the governor, but just to take what he said, because he's the number one citizen of the state. So 19 billion naira every month is still a lot of money for the people to see and feel on this matter. Well, before we take that short break and move on to other stories, let us let you know that the Apex Igbo Sociocultural Group, Ohanes Ndigbo, has said that they have rejected that planned protest set to go on in 3 days' time. And of course, we know that social rights activist, publisher, Moyele Showere had announced a few days back that they're going to embark on a protest for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And some political figures in the country have joined in tandem with all of that. Although it is, the Ohanes Ndigbo is currently going through some factional crisis. So the factional deputy speaker was the one that dropped the statement yesterday. And one of the reasons was the fact that it could be used as a political tool for some political role players in the country, like Atiku Abubakar, for instance. We hear, when we talked about it, that he was supporting, he came out to say, well, the federal government should release Nnamdi Kanu. People called on our show to say, well, we know he's just being political about it and all of that. So the Ohanes have said, well, this might have a political undertone to it, so we reject it.
Okay, so a few things Ohanes said. I'm going to quote, according to what's the name of this guy that actually talked on this. I want to get his name so that Deputy President General Mazi Okechukwu Isikusoro and Chief Chinyere, National spokesperson. All right, so let me quote what they said. I think that would actually help us to understand where they are actually coming from. They said, and I quote, the sudden and unsolicited display of uneasy affection for Igbo causes by individuals previously indifferent, underline the word indifferent, and even hostile to our community raises significant red flags. We, the Igbo people, are too astute and discerning to be ensnared by the Atiku Showore booby trap. We call to denounce and avoid planned unrest. We employ all Nigerians, particularly those who cherish truth. 25. And they went further to say, Ndigbo must not be used as pawns in any political game orchestrated by Atiku Abubakar and his allies. They ultimately contribute to the cause of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I have a question, Isaac. Why 20th of October? If you're from this part of the country, that 20th of October is on a Monday. We have an issue here in this part of the country with our Mondays. It has been there for a long time.
Absolutely.
They have been there for a while. You will witness that we don't open markets on Mondays. And it's been there since the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
So why pick that particular day? That's my question. Why pick that particular day on a Monday? We have seen what that Monday, what it has cost to us in the Southeast, and a whole lot of things that has happened, with regards to that particular day of the week, which is Monday. So I don't know why they actually picked that day. But there is something that to pick from what Ohanes Ndigbo said. Of course, I know that most Igbos, we have been planning and we're calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and there has been, talk about so many other persons like Igbo that had, kind of issue, even though not outrightly the same, and they were able to, get bail and things like that. Why does it have to be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has stayed there? But I don't think that these people who are calling for this, is it a protest or what? What's it supposed to be?
It's a protest. It's a protest,
okay,
yes.
So,
according to them, hashtag free Nnamdi Kanu protest.
Where are they going to do this protest?
Well,
are they going to do it in Abuja? Are they going to take it to the National Assembly?
Yeah, National
Are
Assembly.
they taking it to the Aso Villa or what? Will Atiku be in at the forefront? Is he going to be there that day? It's not enough to lend your voice. You should lend your voice and be participatory, right? You have to be involved. Is he going to be there that Monday? Are we going to see him carry placards or say release Martin and the Kano and be singing it along the road? Is he going to be part of that protest? It's not enough to lend your voice, like I said, because at this point in time, as much as we the Igbos are saying letting Nnamdi Kanu, like I said, there is a political undertone to this. I remember what I said the other time about Atiku saying that he's going to represent the Southwest, but he didn't mention the Southeast. So for me, the political undertone to this is glaring for everybody to see.
All right, well, we'll take a short break here. When we come back, we'll have other conversations and, of course, have the guest we have prepared for you this morning. Please stick around. We'll be right back in a jiffy.
Hi, Choma. How far? How was your show today? Oh, it was amazing. I had fun. I mean, lots of people called in on my show. It was really amazing. Good for you. Yes. Chika is such a nice guy. Side. Good hygiene, fresh confidence, a clean you, a better you.
This message is proudly brought to you by Abia TV.
Oga builder, Oga contractor, Oga investor. Step ties, long span roofing sheet, Cameroon City, talk say they get a nyafo, they day into general contract and supply of goods and services, including general building materials and accessories. You will locate them for kilometer 7, Aba Enugu Road, Umigwe Junction, Osisioma, Aba, Abia State, Nigeria. If you want to talk to Dr. Agnes Nwama Herbal Dental, CEO Managing Director, call them for 0816-719-5073. Again, 0816-719-5073 or 0916-224-7819. Agnes Aluminium Roofing Products. Now you be tam for roofing material.
On the contrary, season 5 is back. Brace yourselves for the clash of ideas, intellect, and eloquence as the brightest minds from different secondary schools in Abia State come together, slugging it out for the grand prizes of 500,000 naira, 250,000 naira, and 150,000 naira. Does your school have the wits, brain power, and composure? Would your students be able to argue controversial topics and defend their position with relentless passion? If so, we're calling on all senior secondary schools in Abia State, including yours, to come forth and be a part of On the Contrary Season 5. Registration starts on the 15th of October 2025 and ends on the 5th of November 2025. To register, send an email to tvaimba@gmail.com or call 0810-962-9153. 0810-962-9153. For sponsorship, please call 0810-962-9153. On the Contrary, Season 5, proudly brought to you by Abia TV and Radio Limited.
guest this morning to further engage us and, of course, have some salient conversations with us this beautiful morning. Well, the story started in the course of 2 days ago when we heard the news of two PDP chairmen, one in Abia State, Ama Abraham Nana, and of course the one in Imo State, Austin Wachiku, suspended by the Forum of State Chairmen of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. And according to a release signed by the chairman of that forum, Dr. Tony Aziegbemi, who also doubles as the chairman of the Edo State PDP chapter, alleged that these two chairmen had been involved in anti-party activities and attempts to sabotage the party's forthcoming national convention. And yesterday, of course, we had the suspended chairman, Abia State chairman of the PDP, Abraham Nana, who had a lot of revelations to unpack for us yesterday. But during the conversation this morning is the chairman of that forum, the Forum of State Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Tony Aziegbemi, talking to us this morning and giving his own side of the story as well as the side of the Forum of the State Chairman this beautiful Friday morning. Good morning, Dr. Tony. Welcome to Abia FM.
Good morning. Good morning, listeners, and good morning to you in the studio.
Good morning to you, Dr. Tony. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we would love to start with the rationale behind the release 2 days ago, the communique signed by yourself, the chairman of the Forum of State Chairman of the PDP, suspending two members, namely Abraham Ama, chairman of Abia PDP, and Austin Wachiku, chairman of Imo PDP. Walk us through the reason.
Right. First, let me thank you for reaching out to allow Nigerians hear our side of the story, having heard from one of my colleagues. Now, the Forum of State Chairmen is a forum that helps to coordinate the affairs of the state chairmen across the country. We had Austin Owanchukwu, the Imo State Chairman, as our interim chairman, and we had all along worked together to make sure that PDP gets to the convention without any rancor. Now, it was very strange to many of us, in fact to all of us, that Austin Owanchukwu, who was the interim chairman of the State Chairman's Forum, and Abraham Ama, who is the chairman of Abia, went to court attempting to stop the PDP from having its convention in Ibadan on November 11th, 15th to 16th. Now, it's taking the party to court to stop it from having its convention. What do we do? The preponderance opinion amongst the chairmen was that let us meet to discuss this. We have to meet. We cannot allow this thing to go without having a conversation. Let us have a conversation and let's discuss it. And so a meeting was slated for the 14th in Abuja. And out of the 36 state chairmen and plus the FCT 37 state chairmen, 25 were available for that meeting. And when the issue came up for discussion, not one dissenting voice was in support of what our two colleagues did. Members were very angry because they would have expected if such a thing was, if anybody was agreed, it cannot be one of us. And in any case, if you agreed, taking the party to court to stop the convention, and it's so important, so crucial. It's not the way to go. So the decision was taken.
All right.
That we have to suspend the two of them, and Austin Owashiko has to step aside for us to have a proper forum leading to the convention.
All right, now, Dr. Tony, just a day later after the announcement of their suspension by your forum, the two suspended chairmen released a statement. And as one of the things they said, according to that statement, and I quote, that the reported suspension was a plot to politically emasculate and disenfranchise the Southeast ahead of the forthcoming national convention. And Abraham Ama had said yesterday that he also buttressed this fact that the head of national convention, there was some arrangements that the Southeast would have much lesser number of delegates heading into the national convention as compared to the northern part of the country, which would have a larger number of delegates at the national convention. Now, how do you address this particular allegation by Abraham Ama and, of course, Austin Owashiko?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Abraham Ama is saying that. I mean, he knows better than that. Delegates to the convention, the number of delegates to the convention is a constitutional matter. It is not something you wake up one morning to say, okay, I want to punish, say, Edo State. Edo State, you will have only 40 delegates. Okay, I want to favor Kano State. Kano State, you will have 100 delegates. No, it is not. It's not arbitrary. The number is not arbitrary. It's constitutionally backed up. So, if the constitution says state party chairmen are delegates, if your state has 18 local governments, that would be that item alone would be 18. If your state has 44 local governments, that item alone will be 44. If you say if you have members of the House of Assembly who are PDP members, if your state has 20 members, it will be 20. If your state has 10, it will be 10. If your state only have a member from in the House of Assembly, it will be 0. So nobody can sit down and say, I don't want Southeast to have enough delegates. That is not true. That cannot happen because it's constitutionally backed up.
Okay, Dr. Tony.
So
okay, so yesterday we had Elder Abraham Ama on the show, and he made some profound statements, right? And one of which he said that some individuals from your political party, that they are aligning with the federal government, the government at the federal. And he also mentioned that there is nobody that has come out of your political party to vie for the position of the president come 2027. But we know that your political party has actually zoned it to the south. At this point in time, does it mean that there is nobody that is going to stand there? You don't have a flag bearer come 2027? And what he said is PDP actually aligning with government at the federal, that is to say APC government.
Well, I don't know where. I admire Abraham Ama a lot. I think he's a very brilliant human being. I think he gets his analysis always spot on. But I'm surprised with this his thoughts. PDP will have a flag bearer from the south of the country in 2027. You can take that to the bank. What we are preoccupied with at this moment is having a convention. We want to have national officers, a new crop of national officers to the affairs of the party. We don't have the time to have a flag bearer for the 2027 election. It's not now. That the APC has emasculated every aspirant in the APC and to pick their candidates now. It doesn't mean that all the parties must do that. There's a timeline to do that, and with that time, it's not now. What we want to do is to have a seamless convention first in November, and then we'll take it off from there. We're not in a hurry to pick a candidate. we'll have a candidate.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the job of the opposition, because yesterday the former governor of Ekiti State, Fayose, actually came out to say that the only opposition in the country that has traction is Mr. Peter Obi of Labour Party during the 2023 general election. And he's a member of your party. Does that mean what he said? Does it in any way mean that the PDP is dead? And, you know, with the defection that is happening presently, the Enugu State Governor and Bayelsa State Governor moving from the PDP to the APC?
Well, I think the PDP as a political party, in selecting flag bearers for governorship and most of these positions before now, made some very serious mistakes in selecting some people to be their flag bearers. I wouldn't know what Ayo Fayose did before he became governor, where he worked, what he was doing. But I can tell you for free that with hindsight, clearly, PDP made a massive mistake for allowing him to run on the platform of the PDP. Because these are the kind of people that you wouldn't have imagined will rise to the point where they become flag bearers of a political party. In a state like Ekiti, where you have intellectuals, intelligent people, people with content, people with character, for whatever reason, I mean, common sense and decency would tell you that if a party gives you a ticket twice to be a governor of such an enlightened state as Ekiti, even if you have any issues with the party, decency will tell you that what you do, you just walk away quietly. You don't demarcate a party that gave you that opportunity because you don't deserve it in the first. You are not the best. You will smuggle your way into that position.
All right, Doctor. Let us rather stick to the particular conversations, and I would love us to move on to the state of the People's Democratic Party as a political platform in the country. In the last 8 months, we've seen 4 PDP governors cross-carpeting to the All Progressives Congress, and we understand that in the Nigerian political landscape, we know how much political power state governors wield for their political parties. Now, I'd love to ask you, from your perspective as the Edo State chairman of the PDP and a stakeholder at the national level of this political party, are you not concerned that more and more governors are leaving the PDP to the APC, and it further questions the political strength and fortitude of the PDP ahead of 2027?
Okay. Let's be clear on this. The PDP, as I know it, are we happy that governors are leaving the party? No. Could we have stopped it? I don't think so. Does that in any way dent our chances of winning the 2027 elections? I don't think so. And I'm saying this very seriously. I'm not joking with this. And I'll tell you why. Every day in this country, 60 million, they don't have money to buy food to eat. The job of the PDP is to look for just half of that number, 30 million, and mobilize them, convince them to go to the polling. They don't own the votes in their states. They don't. Yes, they have influence, but they don't. We have many governors who could not win senatorial seats after their 8 years. The governor of Enugu, the governor of Abia, Ifeanyi Ogwanye, and the Ikpeazu, some magic power, to look for 30 million hungry Nigerians to come to the polling unit in 2027. And let's see how these governors will stop those people from voting with their hunger in their stomach.
All right. Now, let's also look at a major factor of the People's Democratic Party that's been a thing of concern, and some of his reasons has been linked with the reasons posted by Abraham Ama and Austin Wachuku recently. Now, I would ask you, how would you describe Wike's role in exacerbating or resolving the divisions in the PDP? Because we know PDP.
Well, I'll say this because I know the story. The FCT minister, Yeson Wike, has been a very, very, very strong supporter of the PDP. It has built out the PDP in the past. Took out the PDP from the hands of Ali Motu Sharif, took out the PDP from the hands of the next person who came after Ali Motu Sharif. We all acknowledge that. We acknowledge his energy, we acknowledge his contributions to the party. What some of us that know him personally are saying is, Guy, you have contributed so much to this party. Why bring down the house? You have made your point. There has to be a time when you stop fighting.
But why hasn't he been suspended, or why hasn't disciplinary actions been carried out against him, just like other members who engage in quote anti-party activities? He's not been suspended up until this very moment. Why?
Yes, I will tell you. Okay, first, he is a member of the NEC. He is a member of the BOT. And the Constitution says for you to discipline such members, it must be the NEC. Now, for you to bring that issue of disciplinary measures against a member of NEC, you imagine how many people, how the system works. NEC members can be up to 300. I think there are 300 and something members of NEC. And somebody has to bring up that issue there for it to be discussed. I think members of NEC were appreciative of what he has done in the past and didn't want to come to NEC with such a petition. And that is why some of us believe that, we've done so much for the party. Why don't you just allow the party to get on with it and let's have a viral opposition to this clueless APC administration at the federal level?
Does this in any way mean that one person's interest is larger than the party? Because I've always had it that the party's interest supersedes any other person's interest and nobody is bigger or larger than the party.
No, there's a reason why this party is called the People's Democratic Party. There's a reason for it. It's the people that own the PDP. Nobody owns the PDP. That is why everybody will say when PDP lost elections in 2015, they say PDP is dead. PDP did not die. 2019, say PDP is dead. PDP did not die. 2023, the same thing. PDP did not die. PDP will not die. Because it is the People's Democratic Party. This is the only party that has presence in all the 774 local governments in this country, in all the 100 and something thousand polling units in this country. It's only the PDP. There are people in the villages that will rather sit at home than join any other political party because they are members of the PDP.
Okay, Dr. Tony.
There's no...
Yes. I want to know, because right now, presently, that suspension is still standing, right, on Imo State Chairman and Abia State Chairman. Leading up to 2027, right now that the chairman of these two states have been suspended, where does that leave PDP in those states?
No, let's agree on something. They've been suspended from the activities of the forum.
Okay.
But they remain state chairman
in their states.
Of course, they remain state chairman. Yeah.
All right.
They remain state chairman.
It leads me to the next question, Doctor. Now, he said yesterday, Abraham Ama particularly, that there are two schools of thought at the PDP right now. And then he also said that there's a school of thought that is proposing an alignment with the APC to support President Tinubu in 2027. Now, if the Imo chairman, President Tinubu, where does that leave the PDP in their chase towards usurping power from President Tinubu if some members of its party want to support the current president?
So that is why earlier I said that this party has made a lot of mistakes in the past by throwing up people, a lot of people that wants to leave the party. We don't have any quarrels with that person. In fact, the earlier the person leaves, the better for us. What we will not condone is you being in the party and say you are supporting somebody else. And that was why we took that decision we took at the forum. But you cannot be in the forum and you take us to court. It's left for the state chapters to do what they need to do with them, as whether they remain chairman or not. So this issue of saying the part of the PDP wants to align with the APC, that is rubbish. Nobody is thinking about that. And I will urge them, if you want to leave the PDP, please do so now. Don't remain here and try to bring down this road. We will not allow you to bring down this. This road will not come down because of you. It can't happen. There are so many of us that will resist that breaking down this road.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Azegbemi, the Edo State chapter chairman of the PDP, and of course the chairman of the Forum of State Chairman. We appreciate you talking to us this morning, and we hope that we'll have similar conversations like this in the future on this platform.
Thank you so much, Isaac. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Well done. Thank you so much.
Have a nice day. Thank you very much.
You too. Bye.
Well, we are yet to see the end of this brouhaha at the People's Democratic Party, and the indications are there. I don't know how you are interpreting what's happening right now in the light of the divergent views and the difference and your reactions to. We also that elections will be credible and losers will congratulate the winners. This was said by the INEC chairman, Professor Joash Chieftain, has said that the party is targeting 30 states before 2027. And of course, the Labour Party National Secretary has said that Tinubu may secure re-election, and he's stated that Peter Obi will not contest. A bogus claim there. And finally, those who accused me of destabilizing the PDP, working for Tinubu, now in the APC. This is a statement credited to Wike. The crisis of the PDP just continues. But let's start taking your calls in this morning, your reactions, your thoughts on the conversations had so far. 0808 162 3386 and 0813 762 54